We woke up on our last day in our beach town in the Algarve at the hostel that Frank had found for us. And kind of took our time getting up in the morning and then just headed to the beach to check it out and plan to spend some time on the beach. Laying out in the sun at the beach or near a pool is one of my very favorite pastimes, and Frank was kind enough to indulge us on that day. And so we spent several hours. We walked from the far end where the cliffs were, and we just kept walking and just looking and observing, and then we just ended up just saying, okay, let's stop. Found kind of a clear patch with less people. The sky was clear, the water was clear. It was beautiful, very relaxing. After we spent several hours at the beach, we headed back up into town and kind of found this local shop to get some wood-fired pizza, headed back to our room, packed up, and then we drove back to Lisbon.
And this time we just drove straight. I think to Lisbon it was just over 3 hours, or just about 3 hours. So it was pretty quick. We got back in town, got back to our hostel, our original Airbnb that we had got. And we were probably there mid-afternoon, because I think we left the beach
2-3.
around 2 or 3, yeah. So we got there and we just decided to walk towards the water in a different direction than we had gone before. So I think we went more easterly this time until we hit the water. And then we just walked along the water to the big main square that we had been to before. And by that time it was dinner time. The sun was going down. And so we on the way there, we went to the Timeout Mall, or the Timeout Plaza, or whatever. That's supposed to be famous. You're supposed to go there, but it was just a bunch of shops. It was really touristy. We walked in, and I think we just turned around and walked out. But yeah, walking through the town, Lisbon, everywhere you go is neat. Just if you like people watching, there's tons of people. If you like nature, there's tons of nature. If you like buildings and old architecture, there's tons of buildings and old architecture. So just to walk around and see the sights is fun, and the people. But yeah, we walked back to the square and we were hungry then, and we found a place to eat, like Italian place that's right there on the square. There's a lot of places on the square.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 restaurants, and we looked at each of the menus and kind of decided on the Italian one.
It looked really good.
It was probably honestly our least favorite meal of the whole trip. But maybe part of that is just it was a main tourist area, and we learned, to kind of just go to town, go to the main heart of the city and find a hole in the wall, and the food's going to be really good. After dinner, we just love walking around the city, and we just leisurely walked, found another coffee shop to enjoy some coffee and dessert and enjoy the sights, and walk back to our room to get ready to leave to go home.
Yeah, we got back pretty late that night, I think. We just spent a lot of time slowly walking.
Not really wanting to leave, I don't think. And remembering you know, passing through places that we've passed through on the other days and remembering the trip and the pretty neat time that it was.
So we got home, packed up as much as we could the night before, because that was our last full day in Portugal. And we had a morning flight, like 11 o'clock, I think it was. So we had enough time to get ready in the morning. We didn't really have to hurry, but we got out, made it to the airport in plenty of time, and then started the journey home.
It was, at the time, I don't know that we realized that it was the beginning of our transition moving, you know, but like that.
So we got that vacation, and then we got to come back to the States for 2 weeks before we left for Honduras.
I guess since I've been here, I have found myself like going back and remembering our time in Portugal a lot. I feel like it prepared us a lot, like all the walking, the time together, just us, and how we navigate new situations together. I feel like it was a gift, and it was really neat to have that as a beginning transition to our life outside of the United States here in Roatan. And it was really special. I love you, Frank.
Yeah, overall it was a pretty amazing trip. I'd love to go back. I can't wait to go back. In the future, I would not mind living there for part of the year or most of the year, just because it's such a diverse, interesting, and affordable place to live. So, yeah, I'm ready to do it all again.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait another 25 years.
On our 50th anniversary. But that was our Portugal trip. Thanks for sticking with us to the end.
If you haven't already been subscribed to our YouTube page, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We appreciate your support and you guys following us on all of our journeys. We love you.
Thanks, and we'll see you later. Bye.